Hello everyone, welcome back. I just wanted to share with you guys a little tip that I learned while I was working on my journals, and it makes life a lot easier when you're creating your signatures to go in the journals. So right now I'm making a journal for myself, and this is the cover that I made, and I made these little flowers that I am using as my closure on the journal. So it's going to be like this. It will be my closure on the journal. So, but I'm cutting the signatures to the proper size. Now, this one's already cut to the size that I want. I wanted it to fit kind of right in there. Now, I have a template that I have for this particular journal size. When I make a template, I'll write in it what size of journal it's for. So that's what this is for, and it has where I want to punch my holes. And it's the correct height for me. So that's what I used to measure where I wanted to cut my pages down to height-wise. But it's a little bit shorter than I want the journal. So when I put this in, when I put this one in, the template, you can see that there's quite a bit of space over here on this side. And I want it to be a little less space. So I want it to be more like that. So, but what you'll find, so these are my signatures put together, and I've already cut off the top part. So obviously this one here is too long, and it's not even, because what you'll find, even though these pages were all the same size when I folded them, your inner pages are going to stick out further than your outer pages, because you can see here, there's, oh, that's probably a good, what is that, about a 1/4 inch almost? Yeah, I would say about 3/8 of an inch difference between where the fold sits on the back page, your outer page, and where your fold sits on your inner page. So there's that much extra material sticking out this end. And so that needs to be cut off. Now, what I used to do is I would measure my first couple pages and cut them with my cutter, and then I would go to the next couple pages and I would measure where they were supposed to be, but then I would cut it just slightly less, and I would, try and get them all to fit that way. But I discovered a really nice, easy way to do it. Now, I think that this outer page where it's sitting is where I want all these pages to sit. So all I do now, which makes this so much easier, is I take my ruler and I set it right along that edge where I want to cut. And I press down nice and hard to hold the ruler in place, because I don't want the ruler to slip, because if the ruler slips, that makes this whole thing not work properly. And then I take my knife, and this is just one of those box cutting knives, and I just start to slowly cut along the edge of the ruler. And you'll see that these outer pieces start coming off. And this way I'm not having to worry about the difference in size of the pages. I'm cutting everything to match with that outer page. And if I wanted the outer page to be a different size, what I would probably do is I would cut the outer page down to size first, and then cut everything to that outer page. But you can see I just slowly work my way through all of my pages. Make sure they're all cut through. There. And then you can see all of these pages fit, and they all match with this outer page. Whereas if I had tried to, cut individual pages at a time, they might not have fit. But if you look at, I'll take, say, for example, this page here, these inner two pages, and when I compare them to this outer page, they're actually quite a bit shorter. And that's all the material that is made up by this fold at the back. So you center, because when I put it in there, it sits perfectly flush. So that's the way I do that, to make sure that all these pages are going to fit properly. Now I'll show you I may as well do this other signature here, the final signature, and just show you as well. And it's nice because I don't have to worry about the fact that my central pocket that I'm making here is quite a bit longer than all these other sheets. I don't have to worry about that. because it all gets cut off too. And I have some pages that are a little bit shorter, but they're just going to stay shorter. I specifically picked pages that would be a little bit different in this particular journal. So I'll just show you this one. So again, I line everything up where I want it. Move that out of the way. And I set up my ruler right on the edge of the page. Press down nice and hard on it, and then I just start slowly. I don't use a lot of pressure when I'm doing this because I don't want to accidentally push my ruler out of place. So I just gently go with the knife and cut all these strips off. Try not to stab yourself with the knife like I just did, because that can hurt a little bit. There. That's all those pieces cut off. And once again, you see this is the right size. So then, when I take these signatures, now that are all cut to size, and I set them in my journal, they're all going to be exactly the size that I want them to be. Perfect. And they're just the distance from the edge that I want. So that's just a little trick that I've learned recently that makes my life in cutting my signatures to size a lot simpler and a lot easier. And I hope that helps you. And if you have any questions, just write them down in the comment section. I have links to all of my materials in the comment section as well. And keep on crafting on.